Next on Saratoga Live, 3-year-old fillies battle in the Prioress where Dream Tree returns to action for Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert and puts her perfect record on the line. Mia Mischief was as game as could be in a narrow defeat in the Grade 1 test, while shortening up to 6 furlongs, get her back in the winner's circle. And we'll look back at Saturday's Grade 1 Woodward Stakes and what is next for Yoshida, moved from turf to dirt and looks sensational for Belmont. All that and much more coming up on this Sunday edition of Saratoga Live. It's presented by Claiborne Farm, 100 years of doing the usual unusually well. Great to have you with us on the final Sunday of the meet here at Saratoga Racecourse. Beautiful weather here in Saratoga Springs, and it is packed, an electric crowd on hand to see the Grade 2 Prioress, our feature race today, along with a very competitive field. And we're bringing you the Naira Bet Slate Pick 5 on the majority of that. Greg Wolf alongside former New York Met LA Dodger, Paul LaDuca, New York Racing Association handicapper, Andy Serling, and Dream Tree. She has never lost for Bob Baffert. She had a little incident in a morning workout, undisclosed injury. Bob Baffert decided to back off. She makes her return today.
And Bob Baffert finally lost yesterday, which is weird.
Could be over for him.
Yeah, right?
His career is definitely
I got
over.
to talk to Mike Smith a little bit, and to get to the half to American Pharoah, she said she freaked out on the racetrack. Now, this horse right here, this might be a tougher field because in the open, Greg was talking about Mia Mischief. She's tough as can be.
This is a terrific race. I mean, you look through it. Sower could bounce back. Mia Mischief so good. Moonshine Memories, you know, won her sprint last time. Classy Act, getting outside of Mia Mischief, and she ran so well in the victory ride. Dream Tree found herself in a tough spot coming back.
Hard to knock a filly 4 for 4, but it is Bob Baffert. She's doing everything the right way, and Mike, you know, did stay overnight here in Saratoga for a reason.
She had a little tendency earlier in her career when she had back-to-back victories over Midnight Bijou of idling a little bit that last 16th. That was the first couple of starts of her career. It looks like she has gotten over that problem with a Grade 1 and Grade 2 victory, but we've not seen her in action since February the 18th, or February 4th, I should say. So we'll see how sharp she is off the bench. Bob Baffert's usually pretty good, whatever maneuver he goes with. We look at today's races we're going to bring you. We'll start off with race 6, 5.5 furlongs, New York bred maiden special weight. The 7th race kicks off the pick 6. The Naira Bet Slate Pick 5 begins in race 8 on the turf. 9th race, mile 3/16 on the turf. And our Prioress Grade 2, that 10th race, our feature. We'll also bring you the 11th. There are 12 on the card today. You'll be able to watch that final race on the Naira Bets app. Weather and track conditions. They're presented by Piranha Fly Spray, the preferred fly spray of the Saratoga Racecourse. Piranha on, Pets Gone, the main track fast, and the turf course listed as good for today's action. Race 6, here's a look at the field. Current odds, again, 5.5 furlongs, and it's Sassy Agnes for Linda Rice. Irad Ortiz Jr. debuted on turf, opens up. Here's the favorite.
It's a very big move for Linda Rice. Linda Rice is 10 for 20 going turf to dirt in maiden special weights with second-time starters. 8 for 14 in races from 5 to 7 furlongs. So this is a move that works very often and very well for Linda Rice.
Yeah, for a new sire here in Central Banker, that only stands for $7,500. They paid $105,000. They bet this horse at 3 to 1 off what? They bet the horse off Dirt Works going on the turf for the first time. So obviously the horse, or this filly's been working well for a while, even down at Belmont in early July.
There is Sassy Agnes, daughter of Central Banker for Linda Rice. With more on this field, it's time for a paddock report. We're going to check in for the first time today with Maggie Wolfendale. It's brought to you by Hillendale Farm, now standing curling for $150,000. Hi, Maggie.
Hey, Greg and everybody. And to even pad those stats even more for Linda, with the 2-year-olds moving from turf to dirt in their second start, well, she is 5 for 12. So she gets it done either way you look at it, and she looks as though she should appreciate this surface change. She also looks as though with that start under her belt, she should be a bit quicker away from there as well. Really strong behind the saddle, ultimate professional here in her second start. Everything I like to see. I would say that Sassy Agnes is pretty strong favorite, at least from my perspective, at 5-2. Moving on to some first-time starters, we'll take a look at number 2, Rogier, for Danny Gargan. Now, this one they picked up for $130,000, a daughter of Mission Impossible. And going back to her last work here on August 26th, she was pretty awfully quick out of the gate, and just a real nice move. Just got over the track really beautifully and effortlessly. Now, she is a bit of the bigger type, a little scopier, a little more leg to her, so the 5.5 actually might come up a little short, but fitness-wise, she is there. She looks as though she is ready to go as far as Danny having her prepared. Moving on to number 6, that is Take Me to Hardoon for Jeremiah Engelhardt. Solid-looking daughter of violence. Maybe a start would be beneficial from the mental perspective. She's kind of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed here as to what is going on, but physically, I definitely don't mind what I see here, as she's currently taking some money at 4-1. And then finally, number 9 is It's a Lovely Day for trainer Chad Brown. And this one, a daughter of Flatter, on the bottom side, they were proficient from about 6 to a mile. She is, as every Chad horse, extremely well prepared. I mean, it looks as though she is capable of firing first time out. Do I think there are maybe some overall more talented fillies in here? Possibly, but I can't take anything away here from It's a Lovely Day as she makes her debut here, guys, coming off the back of a 48 and change gate breeze.
All right, Maggie, thank you. Good look there at the grandstand at this historic racetrack. As we're going to get an up-close personal look here at the favorite. And there is Sassy Agnes, so debuted on turf. Apparently been working very sharp for the move to dirt.
It's just, sometimes you just trust these numbers. Now, I know we have this stat, and this is second start turf to dirt last 5 years. I'm not really sure. Oh, maybe there's 2-year-olds. I looked at all ages, and I was looking at all ages, and that's why that's different. She's just good. She's a second-time starter trainer. That's what she's been good at for many years.
Yeah, she really has been. And sometimes I think a lot of people pigeonhole her as a trainer that likes turf and sprint turfers. But, you know, I don't like that. This horse got off to a bad beginning last time out. And, you know, maybe that was an education to get this horse on the dirt because there's bullet drills there. And like, you know this horse has missed basically a month of works. But I'm sure there was plenty of licks going in and getting bet like she's a good thing.
Also, because she broke a little bit slow in there, and she was off the pace, so she's got speed, assuming she breaks today. Yeah. But listen, there's firsters near, and there's some stories on horses in this race.
There's a look at the 9. This is It's a Lovely Day. Chad Brown set a record yesterday, got 2 more after he set the new record. He stands at 43 victories. One of them came via double DQ.
You know things are going your way when you get put up on a double DQ. Well, I wouldn't know, but I've heard things are going your way in that case. It's a Lovely Day. It's a little chilly on the board, and
tiny bit, yeah.
I've heard some whispers this horse is okay, but maybe might not be good enough at here. We'll see.
It's interesting that Chad actually worked this horse over the turf, and then she worked right back over the dirt. So maybe he was like pondering, or they couldn't get her into a turf start that they wanted. You never really know, and maybe that's where they want to land, maybe the turf, and he's given her one, but still. You know, him and Castellano are just dangerous when they're together.
Meanwhile, Enough Love. Here's a first-timer, also for the Linda Rice barn. And Jose Ortiz will be aboard. 7-1 right now.
Worked 10 3/5 the 2-year-old sale at Ocala in April. Not a ton of pedigree to speak of. It's a first foal from this dam. And if we think Linda's good with her second-timers, we'll probably be looking at the 8 much more than this one, right?
Yeah, 7-1. I'm sorry. He's had enough. A lot of people remember he's had enough. He was 20-something to 1 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and him and Shanghai Bobby, I think, went 30 the last quarter on the way home.
Like, did he ever win? Did he ever win again?
He never won again, and
never won.
He's standing. I know he's the son of Tappan. They paid $65,000 for him, but I would think the one I'd see in weight approach.
Meanwhile, here's a look at Take Me to Hardoon, the 6, who was 10-1 morning line for Jeremiah Engelhardt. Right now, 3-1 second choice on the board.
Named for Jonathan Hardoon, who works for the Ragusan Sheets. And I talked to Jeremiah actually the other day, and he was pretty high on this horse. We were talking about horses he had for the last weekend, and he said this was the one he thought might be his best shot.
You know what I love about this horse and about the 6 is you see the 48 drill way back in July. Then he puts the horse into the gate. You don't know if the horse breaks well or not because he gives the horse just a maintenance drill. And then he comes back with 2 straight drills out of the gate, one without a purpose, the last one with a purpose to maybe put the 6 on edge here. And that's why this horse is getting bet right now at 3-1. And David Cohen's riding hot right now.
Yeah, we've been calling his name a lot over the last few days. Rozier, daughter of Mission Impossible for Danny Gargan, is a first-time starter that will have Kendrick Carmouche in the irons. And 9-2 morning line, little cool on the board at 8-1 right now.
I feel like I have more information on this race than any 2-year-old race we've run, and it's all just sort of random. I just ran into Danny Gargan, who trains Rozier, and he said, you know, he thought 5.5 furlongs might be a little bit short for her, but he liked her generally as a horse and wouldn't be surprised if she ran pretty well here.
Debuts with Lasix. Yeah, you got Kendrick aboard, and usually Danny's horses do show some speed, and we really don't know what's going to happen here. We only had one horse in here run. I would think the 8's going to blast out of there with a better break, though.
You can get involved, play along with all the races we show you without risking any of your own money. Get a good introduction to playing, or just compete for prizes without risking any money at all. Go to NYRA.com/showdown or to SaratogaShowdown.com. Put in your selections, and part of the prizes you're competing for, points in your account or a grand prize ticket package to next year's Belmont Stakes. Good luck, everybody. We'll take a look at that leaderboard coming up at the end of our show.
Did you play today?
I did not play today.
Okay.
Give everyone else a chance?
Yeah, I wanted someone else to win.
So no Wolfman.
No Wolfman today. I'm going to make a strong showing, though, on closing day of the meet.
Okay, I like it.
In fact, why don't we all play on closing day?
All right.
Is that fair?
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
I've embarrassed myself a number of days this week. Do it again.
The days I have played, I am yet to crack the top 10.
Really?
11th. You were 11th.
I was 11th.
I still
You're
can't-
holding on to that 11th.
I
right?
still
That's
can't
your-
believe the one guy last week that got over 1,000. He had 1,200
that
at the end
guy,
of the
right.
day.
I just have that guy talking horses instead of me.
That was quite a bankroll. $145,000 in a pick 4, by the way, that begins here in race 6 is our post parade coming up here. There's Sam the Bugler. Great story on him on our show the other day. Monday after finale, that is it for Sam the Bugler after 25 years of service here. We're going to kick things off with enough love here in a moment. There's a buzz here. Can you feel it?
I mean, this place, I walked in the parking lot this morning. The parking lot is jammed. The place, it looks like Travers Day. You just said it to me.
I would argue there's as many people here as Travers Day. It's a gorgeous
It is
day, too, because
packed today.
The thing about it is we're not getting a lot of sun, so it's just gorgeous out.
Here is enough love for Linda Rice. Jose Ortiz aboard.
Linda is probably more live with the other horse she has, but you never know.
Rozier, we talked about, daughter of Mission Impossible for Danny Gargan.
Yeah, should show a little bit of speed here. And not getting totally dismissed at 8-1 in a tough group.
Rose of Dublin. Chris Englehart, trainee. Jose Lezcano rides for Wachtell Stable.
A homebred for Wachtell Stable. Chris Englehart, she hasn't had much pedigree, but Chris Englehart, he can pop with a firster at a big price.
Bill Mott. Whoa, there's the 3, a little rambunctious, but Jose Lezcano stays in the irons here. Here's Royal Nation, Junior Alvarado, Belmont.
Yeah, 11-1, right on that line. This filly by Painter, been working steadily here at Saratoga.
11-1 on the board, 21-1 on the board on She Makes Me Smile for trainer Bruce Brown with Mike Luzzy.
Once again, you know, the big part of me about this horse was there's a 5-year gap between her and the previous foal.
Take Me to Hardoon, daughter of Violence for Jeremiah Englehart with David Cohen.
The live horse on the board. If you look, fast drill, then a nice little slow drill, then a fast drill, then a slow drill. I think they know what they have under the hood here.
Here's Sassy Agnes with the meet's leading rider, Irad Ortiz Jr. for Linda Rice, and the favorite here.
Yeah, the stats don't lie. She's good on this move, and I would think this filly by Central Banker will show a lot of speed today.
Here's the 9, It's a Lovely Day, daughter of Flatter, trained by Chad Brown with Javier Castellano.
Feels like there's more route in the pedigree, at least on the dam side. And one of the 3 foals in this dam was an okay runner.
And on the outside, this one trained by Gary Siaka, daughter of Courageous Cat with Luis Reyes.
Yeah, interesting pedigree here. 5-star day on the bottom, very precocious. Maybe if you want to get in your supers, throw this horse in 4th or so.
And the also eligible, don't forget, gets in here, FICA for Joe Sharp with Luis Saez.
Terrific meet for Joe Sharp, and winning with over 30% of his starters. The dam was an okay turf runner, so she might want turf for more distance.
That's your field, $174,000 in the pick 4 pool. And of course, still to come later today, the Naira Vets Late Pick 5. You can still get signed up, started, and be part of it. You get a $200 new member bonus Sign up when you use the promo code Saratoga Live. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Get involved and play along from wherever you may be watching. We're going to take a break in the action. Linda Rice with the favorite here in a pick 4 that begins in the 6th race on Sunday from Saratoga. We'll be right back.
Kentucky Derby winner Orb was the leading freshman sales sire of weanlings, yearlings, and 2-year-olds. On the track, his runners have scored on both dirt and turf, including stakes winners Autumn Warrior and Orvolution, stakes performer Scrapper, and TDN Rising Star Explorer. In the sales ring, his progeny continue to sell well beyond his stud fee, including the $1 million co-sale topper at Saratoga. Classic winner, classic pedigree, Orb, standing at Claiborne Farm.
Back on Saratoga Live, Windbreaker giveaway day. Hopefully you got one. If you made it out to the racetrack, we have one of the most glorious days of the meet. We
Really
saved the
is.
best for last here.
You could actually wear the Windbreaker today. It is actually very well done. I say this all the time. The giveaways here are the best.
It's pick 4 coming up here momentarily. Close to $240,000 in the pool. There's a look at the other Linda Rice runner. Of course, she is sending out not anymore the favorite. Second choice on the board, the 8 Sassy Agnes, though, who was favored for a long time. She'll also send out this firster. Check in with Maggie Wolfendale for more.
Thanks, Greg. And Enough Love is that first-time starter that you were just speaking of. Look, she did go for $65,000 at the OBS April sales, and to me, I did not like the breeze much at all. 10-3. I don't know what the rider was doing. If she was kind of lugging out, kind of had more of a protective hold of her, and legs kind of going everywhere. What I do like, though, as far as body is concerned, she's a good-looking type. I mean, there's some balance there. I like it, but she's green and she is soft, and she's going to be a Linda Rice second-time starter that we need to pay attention to. Not today. Number 4 is Royal Nation, and she, of any of them, got the biggest warm-up beneath Junior Alvarado, and she sold at the Fasig-Tipton Timonian sale only for $15,000, but 110-2, and you know the workouts there are a bit slower than you'll find at the OBS sales over the dirt surface, and she just moved like an out-and-out dirt sprinter, and that's the same impression I'm getting here with her. Wouldn't be surprised if she is a little bit on the faster side away from the gates. I would like to see her just looking a little stronger overall, but does look fit enough. As number 11 draws in, FICA, as Andy said, this gal looks like she wants more ground and maybe a surface change. She looks more like a a turf router than a dirt sprinter. So while she looks good here for Joe Sharp, I have no complaints overall. I just don't think this is the right condition, guys.
All right, so we'll see what happens here. The 6 has become the favorite.
Wow.
Take Me to Hardoon. Of course, Bill Mott with a filly in here who's a number with the 4 that Maggie was talking about as well. He figures to have a very strong hand in the hopeful on closing day.
Mucho in there. Claiborne's got themselves a very good runner.
Tell you what, this is a lot of steam on the 6, and I'll tell you what, she went in the gate with. She looked good, and it's a lot of money getting taken into a Chad Brown horse and a Linda Rice horse, so the 6 must be the real deal.
What Ragozin number will she get in this race?
I don't know.
That's the most important question.
True.
Carry that Ragozin around with her.
The 6, the 8, the top 2 choices on the board for Jeremiah Engelhardt and Linda Rice. It's the start of a pick 4 on this Sunday afternoon here from Saratoga. A bunch of inexperienced 2-year-old fillies. Sassy Agnes, her only start, the only one with any experience at all. It came on turf, now on dirt today. Let's send it upstairs to the voice of New York racing for the call. Race 6 from Saratoga. Here's Larry Colmus.
Just one left to load here is FICA, and Luis Saez will come up and complete the line. FICA steps forward to the outside stall here. 2-1 right now on Take Me to Hardoon, who is the current favorite, as FICA backs out of the starting gate, trying to get this daughter of Union Rags to come forward. And she goes in. They're all in line. They're off. Take Me to Hardoon started very well. Sassy Agnes on the outside, flashing some early foot. Royal Nation is there too. These 3 out for the lead. Enough Love came away running in 4th on the inside. Then comes It's a Lovely Day, followed by Rosier in between horses. And then comes Corporal Magdalena to the outside. And then it's Rose of Dublin, followed by FICA, and far behind is She Makes Me Smile. 22.19 was the opening quarter mile around the far turn. It is Sassy Agnes in front. Take Me to Hardoon on the outside, now just a half length behind. They've left Royal Nation 3 lengths off of them. Then it's Rosier in 4th as they come toward the top of the stretch. It's a Lovely Day is 5th. They're into the stretch. Sassy Agnes off the turn in front. Take Me to Hardoon on the attack on the outside. It's these 2, and they're well clear of their competition. Royal Nation is 3rd as they come down to the final 16th. It is Take Me to Hardoon to the front. Sassy Agnes back into 2nd, a long way to It's a Lovely Day. Take Me to Hardoon is gonna do it by a length on the wire. Sassy Agnes was 2nd, and then It's a Lovely Day and Rosier.
We talk about this a lot, especially in 2-year-old races. Let the board be your friend. There's winning trainer Jeremiah Engelhardt. 10-1 morning line, went off as a 9-5 favorite in the debut.
Yeah, and really ran very well to win this, because the 8 Sassy Agnes was ready to go. I mean, that stat, she'll have a negative on it, but that horse ran a winning race, and she was going very easily, but Take Me to Hardoon ran her down. This is a nice race, and 2 nice, promising New York breds.
Yeah, I'm with you on the 2 nice, promising New York breds. This wasn't a thing of the 8 slowing down. This was a thing of the 6, ears pricked, and maybe a nice New York bred. And the board told you, like we said right before the race, taking money right into Linda, right into Chad Brown, and boom, again, took more money in 9-5.
Jeremiah Engelhardt, especially with 2-year-old fillies at this meet. He has done very well. Sue's Fortune.
Yeah, he's got 12 wins to meet. It's a very strong meet. And it's funny, I'm amazed that he told me this horse could run a couple days ago, and she actually can.
That means it's a
So
good
rare,
tip.
right?
A tip that worked.
Yeah, a tip that actually won. That happens like once a meet.
And David Cohen with his, 4th win in the last 2 days, right?
Yeah. I think 5th. Did he win the first race yesterday?
He might
I
have.
think he won 3 on. He won 3 on Friday, and I thought he might have won the first. I remember thinking that. So yeah, he's been on a good run.
6-8, 9-2 finish, 9-5 favorite. Take Me to Hardoon. The word was out on this filly for Gold Square and trainer Jeremiah Engelhardt. We'll be back with the prices. We'll set up the 7th race when we come back. And we'll also talk about the hottest trainer on the ground. Chad Brown sets a new record at this historic racetrack. That's when we come back.
An undefeated graded stakes winner on the track, Algorithms was the nation's #1 sire of 2-year-olds in 2017 by percentage of winners. His top runners include multiple graded stakes performer Rich Mommy, winner of the Grade 3 Sugar Swirl, multiple stakes winner and graded stakes performer Recruiting Ready, and stakes winners Taylor Spirit, He Hate Me, and Sunset Ridge. In the ring, his yearlings have brought prices up to $220,000. Algorithms, standing at Clayton Farm.
They're off. Bet the horses anywhere, anytime with Naira Bets.
Rushes out of there to take the lead.
It's easy on your computer or Naira Bets app. Earn valuable reward points on bets. Play in our exclusive promotions and earn cash rebates.
Off the turn with a length and a half lead.
Sign up now. Bet $200 and get $200. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. NairaBets.com.
Back on Saratoga Live on this Sunday afternoon. In the winner's circle, Take Me to Hardoon for Jeremiah Engelhardt. He wins with another 2-year-old filly here at the meet. Wins for Gold Square with David Cohen aboard. Let's go to Maggie Wolfendale.
Thanks, Greg. And joined here by Jeremiah Engelhardt and Take Me to Hardoon. Maya, she was bet off the board. I think you were expecting that, though, yeah?
I was expecting her to, you know, take some money. She's been working well in the morning. David did a really nice job with her, I thought, settling right off the speed. And I think that's kind of what he wanted to do. That's how he was setting up her works in the morning. And it went to plan. And she ran well. The 8 actually, ran very well too. Just there was 8 lengths back to the rest of the field, but she did well.
I was going to say, that speaks to probably your filly's talent. And 2, the fact that Linda's horse has already had experience probably makes your filly even that much more special.
Yeah, it's always a little bit, tougher to run against a horse that's, if you got a first-timer that's run against a horse that's already ran once, they seem to, pick it up a little bit better the second time. But this filly, she's pretty professional, and she handled it well today.
Now, I'm sure she was probably your best bet, if you will, on the card, but you also send out Utiki in the next race, 7 furlongs for open horses. What can we expect from her?
These two worked well together last time in the morning. I thought Utiki got a little tired in the work before that. We were giving her this shot here. Ideally, I would like to have it be 6 furlongs, but hopefully she can run like her workmate did in this race.
All right, well, Take Me to Hardoon definitely took you to the winner's circle, Maya. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks for not allowing me to do makeup before the interview, Maggie.
He's perspiring a little bit down here. It's a little hot, so we'll forgive him. I got to bring the makeup out with me next time, Greg.
I don't think you need it. He looks great to me. Anytime you're in the winner's circle, you're glowing.
Yeah, you are glowing. And there's things called filters, okay? You can filter that away now, but congratulations. They got a nice little filly here, man. Listen, take me to Ardoon. Filly by Violence. We talk about Violence all the time. It's a shame he really couldn't run at 2, but he was a brilliant 2-year-old out of the Holy Bull mare. She's got rules.
Won't be long until we're watching her on Empire Showcase Day at Belmont late in the meeting.
Yeah. 6, 8, 9 to finish in the race that kicks off at pick 4. 7th race, we got 2-year-old fillies in action again. Here going 7 furlongs. Maiden special weight, and Kieran McLaughlin's Take Charge Indy filly is the current favorite at 6-5 on the board.
We both picked them, Andy, but 6-5. I mean, I get why she's 6-5 because you're sort of projecting what the other horses are going to do, but she ran into a nice filly first time out.
She did, and it'll be interesting to see how she does, finishing 8 lengths behind Feedback, who at this point has to be considered one of the favorites for the Verzette at Belmont Park in early October.
Huge as well to have a race under your belt, especially going 7 furlongs in a race that has a lot of first-time starters in it. We'll get a look at that field coming up in a moment. In case you missed it from yesterday, this meet has been all about a man who made history, Chad Brown. Animal Spirit. This was the record breaker. Number 41. And he was just getting started.
Yeah, this horse, is promising. It's interesting watching the 2-year-olds in the turf because
Spirit Animal.
Spirit Animal. That was close enough. The worst one, Greg.
Yeah.
Let's not get caught up in names.
Yeah, my thing about this, listen, like a lot of people, I've been on social media, looking at social media, and a lot of people will say, okay, what Chad Brown's doing is amazing. And then other people will say, well, you know what? He's got all these horses in his barns. He's got all this, and he has all that. As a professional athlete, you play with so many different guys, or you surround yourself against so many managers. And here's the double TQ, which, I mean, when you're going good, you're going good. It was a bump fest down the lane, and the horse in the middle got put up for him.
Blue and white stripes on the cap there, bumped on either side. Double DQ to get number 42 of the meet with Hazim. And he still was not done. He would come back in the Saranac, get number 43. And we know how special this place is to Chad Brown, Andy. He grew up not far from here in Mechanicville. His parents used to bring him here in a carriage when he was a child.
No, and his parents, Jerry and Patty, are here most days, if not every day with him, his brother Todd as well. And to be able to share it with your family, I mean, it just makes it so much more special.
Yeah, and to finish my thought, what I meant to say is you still have to do it. I don't care what horses you put out there. You got to put them in the right spot. By the way, there's some trainers in the past that have had the same kind of ammunition as Chad Brown and have not won 43. So let's give the guy a little bit of credit. I'm tired of people saying that his barn is loaded.
No, I agree. There's other trainers who have a lot of horses, and there are a lot of very good trainers out there. But Chad Brown's a guy that he's thinking about all of his horses, and he's working backwards from goals. Now, they obviously don't always work out, but he's not just randomly entering horses. He's really thinking about where they belong.
Yep. So up through that Spirit Animal win, it was his 9th 2-year-old winner of the meet, and he had hit the board in 94 of 150 starts as well. It's just incredible.
It's staggering. I mean, the percentages for Klarovich, the leading owner, are just off the charts.
He's not done. We're going to see him in the 7th with Stand for the Flag. He has by far the horse to beat in race 9 with Monty Scarlett, and he's got an insurance policy that race as well with Too Cool to Dance, and he has 6 horses he's going to send out on closing day on Monday.
So he's at 43 right now. He'll get, I think he wins one of them, 44.
If he sweeps the card on Monday, he gets 50.
Wow. That'd be insane. I'm
assuming they're all in different races. So big day for Chad Brown, sets a new record at a racetrack that has been here since the 1860s.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, we've only been running 40 days for a certain period of time, so, it's not, it's a little bit odd, but still.
Don't rain on his parade.
Well, winning more than one race a day.
Joel Rosario, also with a big day. He had 3 stakes winners on the card.
Yeah, and this was after the takedown that was controversial, and boy, he did it in his old-fashioned way, right, Andy? I mean, he can finish and carry a horse to the wire, can he?
And these were 3 terrific rides. I mean, you've got to be on the right horse, but it's not like they were all short prices. Yoshida was 5 or 6 to 1 in there. The winner of the Spinaway was 16 or 17 to 1. And he gave these horses perfect rides. You watch that Spinaway. He saved ground the entire turn and then angled out as they turned for home. This was a terrific ride.
And there's Yoshida striding home again. And he's right. You take the picture of all three of them, they're almost carbon copies. And you know what I love about Joel? He always puts the stick away towards the end, and he's so strong. And here's the reason why. Sometimes a horse can react a little different with the stick because they're tired towards the end.
Think he got a little dirt on him?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty dirty out there. And that was after the takedown where he probably should have won. He probably should have won the last 4 races.
Yeah.
So a little bit of justice.
Yoshida 9 wide. Once he got going, he just put that group away. And now we'll talk more about it later in the show. But Breeders' Cup Classic on the minds of Yoshida's connections.
And you have to be saying, Bill, why didn't he run in a dirt race sooner?
Right? And I think you're starting to realize just how good Sunday Silence was. I know he was the granddaddy, and Hearts Cry never got to run on the dirt, but Yoshida did some good work yesterday, and it looks like Irad. I don't see Javier winning 8 today, but congratulations to Irad Ortiz Jr. He had a tremendous meet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Listen, Javier had a terrific meet too, and Jose Ortiz was way back. He made a major close in here just to be as high as he was. We saw some great riding here by just an incredible and deep jockey colony.
Listen, our colleague Tom Amos is not with us today. We're wishing him the best of luck in the Super Derby. He talks about it all the time about the jockey colony. He gives them more props, and he's out in the Midwest, so he knows how tough it is to win here.
I mean, one of the things when people ask me, do you consider jockeys, I feel like we're just spoiled because you're going to rate to get a good ride from no matter who you got up here. This colony is so good.
Irad Ortiz Jr. had 60 wins the Belmont meet coming into Saratoga. Wow. 50 wins now at this meet. He is just riding incredible. Obviously, it's a team effort. We did a nice piece on his agent as well, but he is riding with just on incredible roll right now. These two guys still getting better too.
But
Absolutely.
I think that's the good thing about it is that they're brothers. They're so close to each other. They're around each other. They want to push each other, Andy. They want to be better than each other.
No
and
question
Jose
about it.
got the best of him. Now Irad's gotten the best of him back, and this is going to be
a competition.
Yeah, 100%.
No question. The brothers the most.
And it will make them better. It will make them better.
Joel Rosario, we mentioned 3 graded stakes wins, the Saranac, the Spinaway, the Woodward with Yoshida. Maggie Wolfendale caught up with Joel earlier today.
Well, the only reason why Joel Rosario didn't sweep all 4 graded stakes was because he didn't have a mount in the Glens Falls. But Joel kicking off the day in fashion with the Saranac win with Raging Bull, who is only 1 loss away from being perfect. He's a very nice horse for Chad Brown. Talk about your ride yesterday.
Yeah, he's a very, good finish horse. He's, he broke really well out of there, and then he was more in the race like he was, before, and then he's, I was kind of in between horses for a little bit. He handled everything fine in that, position. He just he's a, tip him out and for home. He just come with a run. So, yeah, really, really happy with that, and happy with the winner race, for sure.
Well, also for Gary Contessa, who I believe it's been like 25 years since he's won a Grade 1, the Spinaway with an upset winner in Sipican Harbor, a filly that you won impressively on in her 2nd start. Going in, how much confidence did you have in your mount?
Well, I know she ran well the race before, cause first time in the dirt, that 7 furlong race, and then she looked very impressive, and I thought there was a more toughest race yesterday, and then she really came with a run. I was a little further back than she was before, and then, she was, tuning for home. She just, she loved to run, yes.
She finished quite emphatically as well. And same thing goes for Yoshida, capping things off with a Grade 1 Woodward win, a horse that had never stepped foot, at least in a race, on the main track. You'd only ridden him 1 time before with a big win as a 3-year-old. Getting back aboard him yesterday, had you worked in the morning, how confident did Bill feel about his chances heading into the Woodward?
Yeah, I worked him before in the turf. Never worked him in the dirt. And then, just first time that he ran over the dirt, that was a very good race for him. He ran a tremendous race, yes.
And he feels like, I know you only have 1 other race to compare it to, but like he handles the dirt even better than the turf?
He put that run like he same in the dirt like he did in the turf before. So, he's a very good horse. He's fun to ride. So happy for Billy and everybody else.
Well, I had to congratulate on a massive, massive day yesterday. Job well done.
Thank you very much.
Huge day for Joel Rosario. Could have been 4 stakes victories. DQ obviously happened, but to win that with Yoshida as well to cap it off, incredible performance. And Breeders' Cup Classic, as we mentioned, now on the table for that horse after that dirt debut. We're going to take a break in the action. More to come here on this Sunday afternoon from Saratoga. 2-year-old fillies going 7 furlongs in the 7th to kick off the pick 6 when we return.
His record-breaking accomplishments on the racetrack paved his way here to the Stall of Legends. Now retired to stud, we welcome the dawning of a new era as this esteemed champion hopes to stake his claim to immortality. His blazing speed and striking good looks have been passed down to his remarkable first foals. Foals that will carry the flag of their famous father and one day hope to break records of their own. Medication-free and undefeated in sprint competition. Run happy, standing at Claiborne Farm.
I've been coming here for 40 years.
39 years.
30 years. I remember when I was a kid, I stood in this exact spot. I was standing right next to Seattle Slough. Take a look. It's beautiful.
Love it, love it, love it. Been coming here for the last, 5 years? Awesome.
We come here every year. It is one of the most exciting days that we all spend together as a group.
It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. You feel like at home here.
Such special meaning to so many people. It really is horse racing heaven here at Saratoga Springs as we get set for a pick 6 coming up on a beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and a $150,000 carryover. It's already over 400.
Yeah, big
This pool's
pool.
going to be giant.
I think it can get to $1 million.
The 7th race, 2-year-old fillies going 7 furlongs. We are going to check in with Maggie Wolfendale. It is paddock report time. It's brought to you, of course, by Hillendale Farm, now standing Bayern for $15,000.
Taking a look at your current favorite here in the paddock, number 4, Take Charge Morella, comes out of that feedback race in which pretty sure it's safe to say that feedback was probably the most impressive 2-year-old filly that we've had at the meeting so far, at least upon debut. And Take Charge Morella, while she was beaten 8 lengths by her, she was still clear of the rest of the field by about 5. So she comes back in here, and once again, she is sharp. You might notice she's a little bit on the hot side, but she was like that for her debut too. So as long as there isn't that much change, I'm fine with that. And I think she'll be even quicker out of the gates, given the experience and the fact that she gets a little extra ground as well. Now moving on to another one that is stretching out from 5.5. Tweedia debuted on a good racetrack for Brad Cox. And Brad's actually a guy who is better with his second-time starters, that's for sure. And this one looks as though she'll benefit from the 1.5 furlongs that she receives here today. She's gotten a little stronger out of the race. And I think Tweedia will give a better account of herself this time around. Now on to first-time starters. Number 7, Positive Spirit. There's some pretty nice pedigrees in here, and she's actually probably the leader of the bunch. Half to Hot Dixie Chick, who won the Spinaway and the Schuylerville here, as well as half to 2016 Kentucky Derby winner in Always Dreaming. And I like her as an individual, but I don't know if she's necessarily going to be one that's firing first time out. She's big, she's lumbering, she's really laid back, kind of like I just want to lay down, have a little snack, take a nap. But as I said, I like her. I'll be really intrigued to see how she does here as the motorcycle starts up, gets her a little more fired up. Yeah, I just don't know if, at first asking if she's going to be able to fire. Now, number 9 is Stand for the Flag. Daughter Super Saver, going back to the second dam, is My Flag, who's a Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner. And while this filly, as I always say, the Chad Brown firsters are well prepared. They're ready to go. She's actually one, though, as far as physicality is concerned, looks like she'd actually want less ground upon debut. You know, you see a lot of these horses in the 7 furlong races where they eventually want to run longer than this. But she's actually one that almost looks as though she wants to go shorter than this. We'll see how she fares here overall, this daughter of Super Saver. As you guys, what do you think about the current 9-5 favorite in Take Charge, Morella?
Well, she has a race under her belt. She faced a very good filly in her debut back on August 12th.
Yeah, and you just can't take experience away from the rest of these runners. We'll show you the replay. You know, she broke a tiny bit flat-footed, but she gathered herself quickly, and she's now in chase mode, and Feedback is just way in front of her. And I like that she continues on here and tries. She's got a horse to the inside of her. She could have easily given up. She's well clear. I mean, she wins this race by herself. The other horse is in front by a mile, but she's in front by a mile for second.
No, she's the horse to beat up that effort. It wasn't a great effort, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And Feedback is very good. And as you said to me earlier, I think maybe off air, experience in 7 furlong races is so important.
It really is.
See that pick 6 pool carryover, 150,000 plus, additional 457,000 bet in. Or total pool, I should say, at 457,000.
Don't do math in the show, Greg. It's just, you know, leave the math to me.
You tell it's the end of the meet here. I am struggling this afternoon with basic numbers in front of me. Call to post, we hear it. We're going to see this group in its entirety here for race 7 to kick off this pick 6 carryover. And here's a look at filly ride. So first-time starter by Misremembered for Aaron Wilkinson. Eric Consell rides.
A first foal, I believe Misremembered was Bob Baffert. Not familiar, though, with these connections at all.
Tweedia is at 9-1 for Brad Cox, second-time starter with Luis Saez.
Yeah, very rarely you'll see the sire double Irish. And we don't know who his daddy is. But this Arkansas bred, when he goes to Oaklawn, I'd like to bet him. He's 9-1 today. He didn't run bad first time out.
Yeah, got bet in the debut, too. Brass Ring. Rajiv Mirage rides for Leah Jeremiah. Showed speed first time out. This will be start number 3.
Yeah, I mean, she has the experience, and she didn't run that badly last time. She's not impossible.
Here's our favorite. Take Charge, Morella for Kieran McLaughlin. We showed you that debut effort back on the August 12th.
I think the other key part there, also, Greg, is that's the 6.5. Gave this horse a little bit more fitness to get to 7.
Why is he so lucky? Alejandro Memo trainee, 18-1.
Trainer who's had 2 wins with just 6 starters of the meet, but ran against maiden claimers first time out.
Utiki, daughter, a strong mandate for Jeremiah Engelhardt. Dylan Davis aboard.
Yeah, if you just joined us, Jeremiah won the last race with the 6, and he said that this horse has been working with that one, but the horse earlier was way better than this one, and this one might need a race here at 18-1.
For Bill Parcells, August Dawn Farm, the 6. The 7, Positive Spirit. Rudolph Brissett trains firster with Irad Ortiz Jr.
Well, in Saratoga, you see sort of random maiden races with halves to Kentucky Derby winners. This one, as Maggie pointed out, has very much the biggest pedigree on the dam side.
5-1 on Positive Spirit. Champagne Tail. Dallas Stewart trains this first-time starter with Brian Hernandez Jr.
Homebred for Mr. Fipke here, one of the good guys in the game. And this horse comes in with a lot of bullet drills, and Dallas usually doesn't work him that fast.
Stand for the Flag. Starting to get a little more money here. Morning line favorite at 7-2 for Chad Brown, Michael Dubb, and Javier Castellano.
There are some good work showing. I just thought $125,000 for a horse whose second dam was My Flag, a Breeders' Cup winner, seemed like a pretty low purchase price for a horse getting into that Phipps pedigree.
And there's She's Got It All for trainer D. Wayne Lucas, Churchill Downs Racing Club with David Cohen.
Yeah, and Churchill Downs Racing Club probably got 50 people here to watch this horse run on D. Wayne Lucas's 83rd birthday.
Happy birthday to the coach, one of the greats of all time in horse racing.
can you sign me up to look like that at 83? Wow.
It's incredible. And he still gets on horses in the morning.
Yeah, that's why the youth has stayed there, and he's talking to a young kid. And the interview he did with Gabby, I got to talk to Gabby with him. He said he couldn't have been more professional. Just, he's the coach.
She's got it all for Dwayne Lucas. 8-1, the most experienced filly in the field. Could that help going 7-ace? We'll be back with this race when we return. Stay tuned.
His record-breaking accomplishments on the racetrack paved his way here to the Stall of Legends. Now retired to stud, we welcome the dawning of a new era as this esteemed champion hopes to stake his claim to immortality. His blazing speed and striking good looks have been passed down to his remarkable first foals. Foals that will carry the flag of their famous father and one day hope to break records of their own. Medication-free and undefeated in sprint competition. Run happy, standing at Claiborne Farm.
That was photoshopped, right? This place is beautiful. It's that beautiful? That was incredible.
It's a magical place. It really
Great
is.
shots of Saratoga. Day in the life of Saratoga. As fans take it in this glorious Sunday afternoon here at the premier race meet in the country. Final 2 days of racing.
I'll tell you what's really neat. I mean, it's obviously hard for people to do, but I've done it a couple times. My parents been here in early October and gone to the roof with the leaves changing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an incredible sight.
Pick 6 is coming up here. We're getting close. And with more on one of these first-time starters, I'm going to go to Maggie Wolfendale.
Well, you guys were mentioning number 8, Champagne Tails work tab. Well, she was working with a horse by the name of Frolic Moore, who actually debuted yesterday in the male counterpart to this 2-year-old race, and he was well bet. He had the lead to about the 8th pole, and then he evaporated. And watching some of their works together, this filly could not even get close to him. So while, yeah, she might have a little more stamina and benefit from getting the 7 furlongs here, I don't know. I'm going to take the wait and see approach with her. Now, another filly that has a good bit of experience is the longest shot on the board with, second longest shot on the board, number 3, Brass Ring, who goes from the 5.5 to the 7, which can only help her. She's a very tall, lanky type of individual, but I know it's neither here nor there, but I'd love to see this filly on the turf. I really think the turf is where she will belong, but we'll see. I'll have a word with Leah about that. But I know I said I wanted to give number 7, Positive Spirit, a wait and see approach. approach, I don't know, guys. She's won me over with her warm-up. This filly covers some ground. She has a big stride on her and a big, floaty, beautiful mover. She still might not quite be cranked up for winning upon first asking, but I think there's some talent there. I'll take her here, as obviously you're getting a better price on her than 8-5 on Take Charge Morella. But guys, Tweedia, the sire of Double Irish, is actually Tap It. Double Irish was a horse that never started, that went straight into stud duties in Arkansas.
There we go. Mystery solved with the 2. As we get a look here at Stand for the Flag, Chad Brown runners 4-1 from the 2-1 morning line favorite. Really hasn't moved off that number.
Yeah, I'm surprised this horse was made the favorite because the 4 ran well enough in there. And I guess you feel like Chad Brown's horses frequently get bet. But nice work, Tab. A little quiet in the board. I don't know if it's even relevant, but I can't get by the purchase price.
True. By the way, the 1 and the 2, the 1 was $1,000, by the way, and the 2, the sire, stands for $1,000.
You too can own a thoroughbred.
Yep.
Here's the Dwayne Lucas runner, the filly by Warriors Reward on his 83rd birthday. I know the Bill Mott birthday win is a thing. He's done it 17 of the last, I believe, 24 years. Can we make it a Dwayne Lucas thing too?
Well, I'm going to guess in those 83 years, he's won quite a few on his birthday.
Yeah,
what do you think?
So I would think so. And listen, like, you got a hot jockey in David Cohen. You got a filly that, I get it, was behind the 4, like 5 lengths behind the 4 last time out.
She's not impossible.
Not impossible to hit the board here.
Experience?
I don't know about winning, but she's got I would definitely use her in tries. I would not throw her out at all.
Pick 6, 800,000 already, and it means it's going to be a big hit late.
Yeah,
you're right.
$1 million, right?
9 to $1 million. Yeah,
Get
easy.
involved. It starts right here. $150,000 carryover, up and over 800,000 total in that pool. Good luck if you're playing. Of course, the next race kicks off our Naira Bets late pick 5, where we have $150,000 minimum single ticket payout coming up. 2-year-old fillies going 7 furlongs here, and Take Charge Morella just stepped in line. That's the favorite, the 4 for Kieran McLaughlin, making start number 2. Can she get it done here? We're going to find out. Let's send it upstairs to the voice of New York Racing for the call, Larry Colmus.
Last 2 fillies to go into the starting gate now. Why Is She So Lucky? Takes her spot in line, and She's Got It All comes up to the outside stall. They're all in line. They're off. And it's Utiki out quickly. On the inside comes Tweedia. Brass ring between those 2. These 3 out for the front. Take Charge Morella came out running in 4th position. And then She's Got It All to the outside at a break of 2.5 lengths more. Back to Philly Ride, who's down toward the rail. Then Stand for the Flag. Positive Spirit, Why Is She So Lucky? And Champagne Tail on the inside. That first quarter was 22.59 seconds. And it is Tweedia and Luis Saez opening up a 1.5 lead. With Brass Ring running in second, Utiki is third on the outside. Take Charge Morella, 4th inside the half-mile pole, 5.5 lengths from the front. And then it's Stand for the Flag. She's Got It All to the outside, followed by Positive Spirit, Philly Ride down toward the rail, Champagne Tail, and Why Is She So Lucky is last. The half mile was 45.64 seconds. As they round the far turn, here comes Take Charge Morella, storming to the front at the top of the stretch, going right by Tweedia like she was standing still. Then comes Utiki. On the inside, Positive Spirit is next. And then She's Got It All to the outside, Champagne Tail, and Stand for the Flag, a furlong to run. Take Charge Morella by 3. Positive Spirit is second. And starting to put in a late run on the inside is Stand for the Flag, who's closing strongly. Take Charge Morella. Here comes Stand for the Flag, trying to make it close. Here's the wire. Very close. Stand for the Flag was charging after Take Charge Morella. They were right together at the finish, and then it was Positive Spirit and Champagne Tail.
Well, it was a tough angle to see. I thought the 4 hung on. I don't know. That was dead tight. Wow. 9 horse on the rail for Chad Brown. Did he get there?
Yeah, this is really, really tough to figure out, and Kieran McLaughlin doesn't even know either. And Take Charge Morelli maybe hit the front a little bit too soon, but you can't expect the 9 to just come rolling up the rail like this, and this gets very tight here late, Andy.
Yeah, it's tough to tell on that angle. This angle, I'm not sure it's right on the wire, to be honest with you guys. I'm not sure. I'm trying to watch.
I'd have to, if you know me, I'd have to say it's the 4 wins the race, and the 9 might have gone by. This is really
right.
close.
It's hard when the other one is going by so quickly that you see it go by off the wire. Now, maybe the nine horse in this race, Ran for the Flag, got there, but Take Charge Morella. Take Charge Morella move a little soon in this race? Because she got a little late, you know?
She got a tiny bit late, and maybe she was wandering around a little bit. I'll tell you what, the 9 was moving twice her speed, wasn't she? I think that's what makes this photo even more hard, because they're right on the nose together. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that lower angle looks like the 9 won. 9 won it, but no, the 4 won it.
Yeah, I didn't know if that angle was a great angle.
4, 9, 7, 8. Favorite stays up by a whisker.
That Chad Brown, he's just had such bad luck, right?
Can't win a race.
You know what? It's amazing, though. When that happens, you go, can't I win a photo?
I tell you what, that's going to turn out to be an okay race. I think Positive Spirit's okay. She was getting a tiny bit tired. Champagne Tail. Dallas basically, maybe horse needs a little bit more, but there is the
Not nearly as close as we thought.
Wasn't even close.
Right?
That's like a nose and a half.
I mean, that 9 was flying up the fence. Wow. So keep your eyes on Stan for the Flag next time out.
Kira's the only one that seems to get the best of Chad, right? He won that photo with that very good-looking Godolphin horse over a nice Chad Brown 2-year-old, so he got him here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So Take Charge Morella, 3-2 favorite. Just barely hangs on. Let's go to Maggie Wolfendale.
Both Kieran and I needed the steward stand to make this call. Kieran, you didn't think you had it.
No, I thought Chad got us the last jump, but it's a very special win. Brian Morgan passed away Thursday. He bought this filly for these people, and he was up there helping us win the picture.
That's for sure. And I mean, obviously benefiting from her latest start. She finished behind Feedback. She looks like a nice filly.
She does. She's a very nice filly. We ran back a little quick because these people are all from up here, and we wanted to win. So it worked out great.
Well, that's a heartfelt win. Go get your picture taken, Karen. Back to you guys.
Ah, man, that's good stuff. I actually knew Brian personally, and I didn't realize he picked out this horse, but he's done a lot of picking out horses for Kieran and for a long time. And you know how Kieran is. He's such a good human being, and so this means a lot to him.
Yeah, Brian passed away very young, actually, the other day, and Brian was Red Terrell's grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Been around the racetrack. Anyone who's been around the racetrack in New York for the last 30 years knew Brian.
And I think a lot of people that don't know Kieran, he's a Lexington boy that doesn't show his heart on his sleeve. You know what I mean? So, like, he's sort of just calm, cool, and collected, but I know this means a lot.
Look at this. Yeah, this is ultimately, the 4 ended up winning the race, Take Charge Morella, but I think Joe Bravo pushed the button a little bit too soon. It's hard when you're in that position, you know, to move any later. And the 9 is like 3 wide right now in the turn. You see off the rail over the horse in blue, and he'll cut over the inside. And, you know, it's tough. I mean, I don't know if she took him the rail. Maybe she's a horse that wanted to go inside. It's tough to make that kind of run right up the inside. Not a horse will do it.
We've seen Castellano do that a lot, huh? He doesn't go that 6 or 7 wide. He'll stay on that rail, and boy, she got rolling.
Yeah.
Just found another gear in a not even a jump past the wire, directly past the wire. She was in front.
He didn't even have to hit her. She was just rolling.
This division was considerably slower than the early division, the one that was won by that daughter of Havre de Grace, of course, the former horse of the year, I believe, actually, just in 2011. That horse, I think, was about 2 seconds faster.
Yeah, final time here, 125-3 for the 7/8. But, too, it's a very, well, same sort of division here. But, again, lightly raced. Going 7/8 early on in your career can be a task. Take Charge Morella, though, a couple of fillies who may have a future here stand for the Flag as well. Positive Spirit winds up completing the trifecta here for trainer Rudolph Brissett, the sibling to Always Dreaming, Kentucky Derby winner.
And I'll tell you, the runner-up with that pedigree, My Flag, the second dam, if she ends up doing something going forward, she's worth a lot of money as a broodmare horse like that. And same, of course, as Positive Spirit.
Yeah, you make a really good point there with Stan for the Flag. Yeah, she's going to love
those Phipps pedigrees. They're always worth a lot.
So, second time out, Take Charge Morella for Kieran McLaughlin. Big Dom Racing Stable. Get a win. Coming up next, it is the Naira Bets Late Pick 5. We will set the stage for the 8th race right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Mastery retired undefeated, winning his 4 starts by a combined 20 lengths. A 6-figure September sale purchase, he won impressively in his 2-year-old debut at Santa Anita. From there, he captured the Grade 3 Bob Hope Stakes and completed his juvenile campaign with a dominant performance in the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Futurity. At 3, the top-rated son of Candy Ride sizzled in the San Felipe, running a 105 buyer and winning by open lengths. Mastery, new for 2018 at Claiborne Farm.
Welcome back. You're watching Saratoga Live as we are here in the winner's circle, and a very special win in today's race by Take Charge Morella, joined here by her owner and Dom Fuda. And Dom, why is this so special?
Well, it's a very special win because, like I said, Brian Morgan, who's a good friend of mine, and my agent purchased the horse at the 2-year-old sale, and we're looking forward to all the progress we were going, and we had a few different details where we're going to go with the horse and everything, and then he made a decision to come here today instead of going yesterday to Spinaway, and he said, listen, we're going to be there, we're going to have a great time, and then all of a sudden, he suddenly passed away on Tuesday, which was tragic, and it's a special win for us. He's up there in heaven watching us down here, and he did a great thing for us. So
I think
he
definitely did.
He was on the back in the last little bit to the wire.
And the relationship with you guys has spanned over about 10 years in picking out horses. And I overheard he actually picked out your silks too?
Yes. He did. He picked up the silks and told us, let's put something down with pieces and a pizza pie and use red, white, and green. And it was a great idea. And the silks were always famous. Even when Johnny V rode my first winner up here with Marvino and I think it was Grandpa's Princess, we made the paper about, hey, pizza silks. It was really nice. And everyone remember the silks. They didn't remember the horses, but now they'll remember some horses, which I'm proud of it for Brian. Thank you.
Well, it looks like you have a very nice filly on your hands, and Take Charge Morella. Congrats here.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, certainly a heartfelt win here today.
No question about it. Thank you, Maggie. Another look at just how close it was here at the wire. That is a thriller. It took a photo for the win, and Take Charge Morella, second time out, gets her maiden-breaking score. What has to be a difficult time for these connections.
Yeah.
So in the books with a win here, Donner at Take Charge Indy. Joe Bravo guiding this filly to the win for Big Dom Racing Stable. Let's move on. Naira Betts Late Pick 5 begins here in race 8. It is a mile and a 16th over the inner turf. $40,000 claiming race, and Year of the Kitten opens up as the favorite in here for Mike Maker.
This is a really difficult race. Yeah. I don't particularly like that horse, but this race is really tough.
Yeah, it is, and I can't understand about the 8. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I picked a Michael Maker horse from Belmont. He's 0 for 19. I keep stressing that stat. He's yet to win a race from Belmont to Saratoga. Maybe today will be the day, but he's got 1.5 more days to get it done.
All right, well, let's take a look at what you came up with in this Naira Betts Late Pick 5. You're 4 deep to kick us off.
Well, I thought the 4 Flat Bill could be interesting in here. That horse has got a good race to go to, and Robertino Diodoro is sharp. 3-8 in race number 9. Too Cool to Dance and Mighty Scarlet. I like Too Cool to Dance maybe because she can get away from the group in there. 3-4-7-8. Mia Mischief, I just thought she ran so giant. Maybe she'll bounce a little bit because she's so good. And then in the last race, I know 1-4-5-10. And then in race number 12, I'm going to try to single Sycamore Lane. And I'm hoping that Sycamore Lane, the one, goes to the front. There's no pace in the last. And I'm hoping that that horse can take him gate to wire.
$48 ticket in the Naira Bets Late Pick 5. If you're the only winning ticket, guaranteed minimum of $150,000 in your pocket, even though right now, pool's only at $77,000, but still growing as well. Take advantage of that promotion. You got to play through Naira Bets. Good luck. Great reason to be part of this incredible wager that has been some of the best value in this entire game. Take a look at yesterday, what happened to pick 4. Late pick 4, $1,482. The late pick 5, $19,819.
That was a 3-1 that won the first leg. The horse that was put up on the DQ, and you got about
Hazim was favored, right,
13,
for Chad Brown?
I think was favored. Certainly wasn't a big, no worse than second choice. And you got, I'm sorry, 13 times to pay out in the pick 4.
Insane.
That's value, right?
Got to get involved. It starts right here. It is 18 minutes to post. Good luck to everybody. We're going to talk plenty more about the first leg coming up. Of course, our show brought to you each and every day in part by champion sprinter Run Happy. Undefeated in his career while sprinting. He did it all while running without the addition of Lasix medication. And his offspring, you're going to see him on the track in the not too distant future. King's Bishop winner, Breeders' Cup Sprint winner in track record time as well. He was something special on the racetrack. Bernard Baruch, we're going to get to see fan favorite Voodoo Song one more time here at the meet. And he is even money as he tries to collect his 6th win at the Spa.
Amazing. Incredible. I even picked him. I don't think I've ever picked him, the poor thing. Probably going to bury him tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Well, this was his best moment yet. Remember that streak last year of 4 wins in 4 tries. Started in a $40,000 claiming race. This win at the meet came in the Grade 1 4-star Dave and puts him in contention now for the Breeders' Cup Mile.
No question about it. I mean, he's right in the thick of it right now, at this point.
Yeah, it does. And here's the thing. The races that we've been watching him win, there's been other speed in the races, right? And he's like surprised Andy and myself. He's rated. He's done this. He's done that. There's no speed in that race tomorrow. And I'm wondering what happens. Does he just open up 10 or 15 lengths and just end the race early?
I mean, it's hard to see unless the outside horse, is it possible, the Kieran, the wild card? But that horse can't have the speed to run with him. I mean, I'll tell you one thing they shouldn't do. Don't get cute. Do what works for him, right? Don't rate him along in a slow pace and let the others in the game. Let him do what he likes to do. Let him roll.
Cool horse.
It's going to be fun to watch. And this crowd will be fired up to see him in action doing his thing here as he tries to collect his 6th victory. As we take a look at Inspector Lindley, who's going to line up against him. Was big winning the Lure with Projected. Both those 1-2 finishers coming back to face him.
Yeah, you know, this might be perfect for Projected, right? Because he doesn't seem to like to win, and he had a little trouble in this race, so he could run second to Voodoo Song. I thought Forge actually ran okay in there to finish 4th, and I love Inspector Lindley as a horse. I mean, they're not impossible, right?
No, they're not. You make a great point with Projected. He just goes up and down, up and down, up and down, but he tries so hard. I can't tell if he likes cut on the ground or not, but you make a good point. It could be they could run 1-2 in here, and he can pick up the pieces. He just looks like he likes the lug along for a nice second, but he tries.
That is race 9, Grade 2, Bernard Baruch with a fan favorite. Race 10, Grade 1 hopeful. And we're going to see the return of Mucho, who was incredible in his Saratoga debut back on August 4th for Bill Mott.
If he runs back to his maiden win for Mott and Claiborne Farm, he can't lose this race. I mean, who is possibly going to run as well as he did last time? He had a good trip last time. He was with the racetrack, but man, was he good.
No, he really was. And I just like the way he lowered his head. He's straight. He's not all over the place. And at this time of the year, you get a lot of 2-year-olds that are still green. You see he was going to hit him again, but he's like, no, I got this race won. but he's just doing everything right. This is what I always love to see, the ears right here. Once the horse wants to do more, you don't have to do much in here, and he did it from a tiny bit off the pace. He's going to have to beat the inside horse, Sombaye, but if he breaks well, the speed that he has, he should be pretty tough.
Let's just remember, horses that win by big margins don't necessarily go on and do the same thing. Sipican Harp. Oh, wait a minute. Sipican Harbor won that race?
I know, right?
How about the American Pharaoh one?
It's true. You make a great point. They are pack animals. So a horse, a 2-year-old, to win by 17, like the contestant Sipican Harbor, and 9 1/4, they got to have quality.
It does depend on the field, but still,
true,
this is a good horse.
Sombaye for Todd Pletcher, graded stakes winner on this racetrack in the Sanford on opening weekend.
He was facing a little easier company than he's facing with Mucho. I mean, he ran fine in there. He's not impossible as the other horse, but this field is a lot better. I think there's some nice horses in here besides Sombaye.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to point at, okay, he beat Whiskey Echo, who Whiskey Echo beat Mucho. But listen, Mucho probably wasn't even cranked in his first start, so people will look at that.
There's Dreammaker for Mark Cassie. Won the debut at Churchill Downs. That was back in early June. Did so pretty easily as an even money favorite.
I thought he was visually impressive. Now, you can get fooled because it didn't come back a particularly fast race, but correct me if I'm wrong, this horse was scratched. Was it the Sanford by Mark Cassie? He was kind of scratched early in that race. I think I'd liked him. Maybe I have the wrong horse. I think he was scratched in one of the stakes earlier. I think he's a little dangerous here to come roll in the stretch.
Both sisters are Dream Dancing now. She was a good horse, Dream Dancing.
4-1 morning line, but Mucho is going to take all the money in that spot after that performance here at Saratoga. Monday's closing day and 2 tremendous races that we're going to bring you on our show. We got 104,000 plus in this Naira Bets Late Pick 5 pool. And growing. Our first leg of the sequence coming up. It's approaching the 11-minute mark to post. We're going to go through the entire field. Coming up, kicking things off at 1 1/16 here over the inner turf. $40,000 claiming race. Joe Bravo. Can he get it done here on a horse who's 4 for 7 on the turf coming in from Tampa? Race 8 will kick it off next. Welcome to those who just joined us on Altitude Network. Good to have you with us. This is Saratoga Live, the final Sunday of the meets. It's presented by Claiborne Farm. 100 years of doing the usual unusually well. Greg Wolf, Paula Duca, Andy Serling with you as we get set for the start of the Naira Bets Late Pick 5. $150,000 minimum single ticket payout coming up on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon here in Saratoga Springs. And we're going to have a race over the inner turf here at 1 1/16 to kick things off. Right now, the favorite, a horse who could be controlling things here on the inside, Congruity, the one.
I would think so. That's what they're going to try to do, go to the front end in here and try to take this field gate to wire. Currently right now at 3-1, but, you know, there's some other horses in here that at least you can go to.
I agree. I think there's other speed here with Mayer.
All right, we'll talk through this a lot more coming up. We're going to check in right now with Maggie Wolfendale. Paddock Report brought to you by Hillendale Farm, now standing Curlin for $150,000.
And as you guys alluded to, speed fairly dangerous when it comes to this inner turf course. And Congruity, yes, he has a bit, but I don't think he's quite as fast as the layoff runner in number 3 in here at Moliere for trainer Mike Stidham. Now, he comes back here today, and he doesn't look like he's missed any time. It looks as though he's run 2 weeks ago. He's that fit looking and defined, and he just looks ready to run. Now, will he be able to set a comfortable pace? We'll have to wait and see. 1 1/16, is that pushing it? Is Congruity going to be able to capitalize on the fact that, well, despite how fit I think he looks, that he has been away from the races for that long? We'll see, but I can't fault him here whatsoever, though he's a little bit icy on the board at 5-1 as he's faced a pretty nice foe at Tampa in Silent Citizen. Number 5 is Phone Funky Monkey. Now, Phone Funky Monkey has been a bit of a frustrating horse to me. He's feeling great. Wowzers. Okay. Because I thought he should have run better than what he has. But in those New York bred allowance races, he has kind of faced paces that have held together, and he does need something to come apart. So he's hoping that Congruity and Moliere come together. But this is by far the most sharp I've ever seen this horse in his entire life. Wow. And like I said, this is the first time he's actually in a claimer here on the turf in his own age group. So I'm going to give Phone Funky Monkey one more try here, guys. After this, if he doesn't get it done, I am divorcing him.
Talk about coming out of your skin here. Phone
Some
Funky
pressure.
Monkey, yeah, feeling good at 5-1.
I hope Phone Funky Monkey doesn't have a crush on Nagy, because if he doesn't win, he might, you know, be disappointed now.
The way he looks right now, I think he's going to run his race. We'll
I know,
see if
right?
it's good enough in this spot coming up. There he is again.
You know, he's got that one race at Saratoga as a 2-year-old. That was very good. And he's got another one, 2 back. And, you know, they're putting him in a reasonable spot here. And he was not off to the best beginnings last time.
Yeah, he's not impossible. We saw Dave Donk with a long shot in a turf race earlier today. Dave's quietly had a very good meet here as well.
He really has.
Once again, if you're the only winning ticket, you play through Naira Bets, you get a $150,000 minimum return in your account. What do you guys think about this 10 real quick? Ran okay on the lead, but did not get it done with soft fractions, and then just didn't show us anything at Saratoga for non-winners at 2 lifetime.
Yeah, I personally wasn't a big fan of this horse. He got a nice pace to run at, and Rudy Rodriguez's numbers off the turf claimers are not very strong.
The thing I do like about the 10, there is not a lot of pace in here besides the 1 and the 3. I think the 10 will sit the Garden Trip, so the other speed of in here, and I'm wondering, Rudy's been rolling hot a little bit, so, you know, he took a stab and claimed this horse from Mr. Bone, who's a very heady claiming trainer that started out in California and now starting to do it over again here out in New York and all over the place.
Tough to like, though, off that last performance. We take a look at the one to start off our post parade. Congruity. Jose Lezcano for Danny Gargan as the inside post and has speed.
Danny hasn't having uncharacteristically been struggling a bit at the meet. Took a very tough beat yesterday. I just thought Congruity would have some pressure from the 3 Mayer.
Spectacular Plum. Manny Franco will be aboard at 9-2.
Yeah, and this is a horse that was third last 2 starts and 1 for 9 lifetime. Now without a chance here at 9-2.
Moliere, Joe Bravo, 4 for 7 on the turf overall for trainer Mike Stidham, and another one with speed.
Mike Stidham's horse has been running very, very well. We haven't seen this horse in over 4 months, though, and he's going to have to deal with Congruity and then possibly the closers.
Robertino Diodoro, and jockey hops off there. Flat bill. That is David Cohen. Great job to hold this horse up off the claim for Diodoro.
One of my pet peeves, but I do like the horse. You really actually shouldn't wear a flat bill on a baseball field. You should actually wear a baseball hat like it is. And look at David Cohen. Cowboy up.
No leg up required. Here's the 5-phone Funky Monkey, who was looking so good in the paddock for David Donk with Eric Consell.
Well, obviously, have to improve off the dirt race, but forgetting about that, you go back on the other races. Horse faced some tougher company. Interesting player, and Maggie likes.
5-1 on the board right now. You're the Kitten. The 8 opened up early on as the favorite for trainer Mike Maker. Jose Ortiz aboard now at 4-1.
Yeah, a little disappointing meet for Mike with only 3 wins and 57 starts, but you do get Jose Ortiz aboard.
And on the outside, the 10, Double Deep. Tried to go gate to wire 2 back in his turf debut. He came up just short and then did not fire here at Saratoga on opening day.
Yeah, and maybe forgive him for that effort. Maybe he'll sit a better trip today. With all the scratches now, he closes all the way into the 7th slot.
Double-digit odds, 10-1 on Double Deep. And that is your field for the race that kicks off this Naira Bets late pick 5 as we look at Spectacular Plum. Just left our screen right there. It's on a Tapazar, who was at 9-2 on the board.
Yeah, this horse out of the dam, Plum. Have you ever had a Spectacular Plum before, Greg?
I have.
Plums.
I love plums.
Tremendous.
Big plum guy. Favorite
We're going to
fruit.
take a break.
I didn't know it was going to raise that much.
We'll be back. Stay with us.
Visit Rivers Casino and Resort, upstate New York's ultimate entertainment destination with live table game action and the hottest new slots paying out millions. luxury waterfront room or suite at upstate New York's premier resort, the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino and Resort.
They're off. Bet the horses anywhere, anytime with Naira Bets.
Rushes out of there to take the lead.
It's easy on your computer or Naira Bets app. Earn valuable reward points on bets. Play in our exclusive promotions and earn cash rebates.
Off the turn with a link to the half lead.
Sign up now. Bet $200 and get $200. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. NairaBets.com.
How do New York breds perform? They win in world-class company. From Grade 1 races in Dubai, where New York-sired New York bred Mind Your Biscuits won the Golden Shaheen for a second time, to Belmont adding to his status as the richest New York bred with a close second in the Met Mile. The Belmont Festival saw 2 more New York breds become millionaires, 4-star Crook in the New York Stakes, and world record setter Disco Partner with a repeat victory in the Jaipur. New York breds, get with the program.
Once again, among the world's leading sires of stakes horses and graded stakes horses, Warfront has sired 8 champions and 8 millionaires. Recent Grade 1 winners include European champion U.S. Navy Flag and Lancaster Bomber, plus an ever-growing list of 2018 graded stakes winners. In the sales ring, his yearlings continue to bring prices well over $1 million. International Super Sire Warfront, standing at Claiborne Farm.
Back on Saratoga Live, get set to load up for the start of this Naira Bets late pick 5. We're already up and over the $150,000 minimum if you're the only winning ticket. So if you'll get a little bit more than that.
A lot of action today. They bet over 800,000 in the pick 6. Got close to $1 million. Good call.
Nice. Well, here's a look at Spectacular Plum. Manny Franco, back in the irons. He was aboard on a race that was taken off the turf back on August the 9th. Let's check in with Maggie Wolfendale for more.
Thanks, guys. And Luis Carvajal, obviously the trainer of the best sprinter in the land, I'd say an imperial hint as he will bring Spectacular Plum back here to this spot. And I must admit, this horse's races don't necessarily enthuse me, that's for sure. But what I do like is what I saw from him out on the track. He just warming up beautifully under Manny Franco. Got a nice aggressive warm up. We'll see where he sits in the running of this race, but he's one that, you know, he could be a big price in here, but I feel as though he is taking a little bit of money. Am I right here, guys?
What do you guys think?
I think he's a player in here, Spectacular Plum. I think he's a real player. You know, when he lost Congruity, he got to go 2 back to his last turf race. The dirt race, I don't think is relevant. He didn't really get any pace to run into. He was buried down the inside, and there got to be a lot more pace in this race and a fairer turf course than that really hard course late in the Belmont meet. Thought he was a major player, and I know you used him, Paul.
No, I did, because, you know, Louis Carvalho's that 2 runners are come over here. They both have run well. He can flat out train.
One of them really well.
Yeah. How about the sprint to route ROI? $13.46. So this guy knows what he's doing, and I like that last effort behind Congruity. And Congruity is going to get a little bit more pressure. And then when you look at the 4 flat bill, the second start of this son of Regal Ransom's career puts this horse pretty close now on the Robertino Diodoro barn.
It's interesting. This horse was claimed by Island Wind Racing, who owns him, but was originally with Brad Cox and was entered very early in the meet. And I'm guessing the race got rained off the turf. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe he was scratched. Now he's with Diodoro. I have no idea what the story is. Just thought I'd point that out.
But he's out of that good mare, Turducken. For all you everybody that love Raymond's fan.
What is it? What is it from?
Yeah, everybody loves Raymond. They had turducken for Thanksgiving.
A lot of cultural stuff going on.
Yeah, there
here.
is.
Pop culture.
Well, this horse, I think he makes a nice appearance here, Congruity. And from the inside post, with a rider who's crafty, going gate to wire here at Saratoga, Jose Lezcano.
True, but the thing is,
2-1 favorite.
How'd Joe Bravo not go?
That's the thing. Does the 3 ruin the 1's chances? Does Joe Bravo say, okay, I'm going to go in front? Because when you look at Congruity, the 1, he's rated before. Does Jose Lezcano give up the rail position? It's going to be very interesting what happens to the first turn here.
Loading up for this first leg of this Naira Bets late pick 5. Good luck to all. Will Congruity have company? Right next door with Milliere. Difficult first leg of the sequence.
Outside horse, too?
It is a tricky one. You know, it's got harder when Colleen, the 7, scratched, because Colleen was going to be clearly the horse to beat in this race, kind of the anchor of the race, and I think it really made it wide open once he came out of the race.
I'm with you, because I think that Colleen would have been the favorite. I think a lot of people might have taken a shot and singled Colleen. Ooh, somebody's acting up. That horse got in the gate in
That is Congruity. That is our favorite right now.
Ooh.
Being very rambunctious there.
I don't remember him doing that before. I could be wrong, but I don't remember this horse being a bad actor in the gate. Danny Gargan's thinking, I got to get back to Belmont. It's a guy who wins at a pretty high percentage, and things have just gone wrong. That brutal beat yesterday with the Phi Beta Express.
Yeah, he got beat.
Mean, that horse ran too well to lose.
Wow, you could see the assistant starter pick up that piece of grass that the 1 chewed up there. And now the assistant vet taking a look. As you see, she's looking around just to make sure he didn't bang himself all over the gate. There's nothing going on. He's going to be okay, you know, and make sure there's no blood, nothing. And then they'll give Lezcano a leg back up if they feel that way, and we'll see what's going to happen here.
I believe he is getting back on. Good call.
So back aboard. They will reload here in a moment.
Now, will they wait and put him in last? I'm wondering, you know.
I think so now. Wouldn't you, Andy? Like, take no chances, but maybe not. It's unfair to the horses that do drive to the outside, you know.
I mean, was he agitated about something? It's just unusual because I could be wrong. I don't remember this horse being a bad actor in the gate, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maggie would know that better than me, but I don't remember this horse behaving badly in the
Outside gate. Horse steps in. Congruity in next. It's the start of the Naira Bets late pick 5. Let's send it upstairs to Larry Colmus for the call.
Just waiting for Congruity to take up position in the inside stall once again. He takes a step to the side and now goes in. They're all in line. They're off. And it's Mayer who had the best beginning. Congruity is sent through on the inside to grab the lead. And farther out is Double Deep. And then Phone Funky Monkey. A length and a half farther back to Flat Bill. Spectacular Plum is down on the inside, and Year of the Kitten is the trailer as they make their way into the turn. And on the inside, it's Congruity taken on up front by Phone Funky Monkey, and now he's going to kick on with it and take the lead on that turn. And it's Double Deep in third by a length and a half. Mayer is fourth, Flat Bill on the outside fifth, Spectacular Plum, and the trailer is Year of the Kitten, 23.67, the opening quarter mile. So Eric Consell taking the initiative here with Phone Funky Monkey. Double Deep is running in second, Congruity back to third on the inside, 2 lengths off the lead. And then it's Flat Bill in fourth, Mayer follows in fifth. Break of another 2 to Spectacular Plum, Jose Ortiz and Year of the Kitten at the rear of the field, a 48.03 half mile. Phone Funky Monkey on top by a length and a half into the far turn. Double Deep is second. Congruity is on the rail in third. Flat Bill fourth on the outside by 2. Mayer is fifth. And then it's Spectacular Plum still about 6 lengths behind. And starting to pick it up is Year of the Kitten's going to go around horses. Around the far turn. Phone Funky Monkey on top. And on the outside comes Double Deep. Double Deep takes the lead now. Double Deep to the front. Mayer and Year of the Kitten are both coming. Congruity is plummeted to the back of the pack. Furlong to run. Here comes Year of the Kitten with a blast from last. Year of the Kitten takes the lead on the outside. Double Deep is back into second. And then it's Mayer. It is Year of the Kitten to win it by 2.5. Double Deep was second. Mayer was third. And Spectacular Plum was fourth.
Year of the Kitten, Mike Maker, Jose Ortiz, and the Ramseys with the win.
Yeah, and you know, you could tell the backside. I told you guys the 8 was rolling. They went really fast early. I'm surprised that Eric Cancel went to the front end with the 5, and then he forced the 1 and the 3 from off the pace, and the horse was the best kick one.
You would never have thought this race was being run in the manner it was run. A very different race than you thought on paper. Eric Cancel's gotten more aggressive, but you could see this horse rolling and took the early money and got the money.
Yeah, you know, the 10 ran giant here.
Yeah.
You know, the 1 and the 5 walked across the line, and the 10 was behind them. So, you know, you got to give credit to the 8. The 8 was giant here at 4-1, but they went just too fast early.
So You're the Kitten picks up the 2nd win of his career. Both of them coming on turf in a 4-1 start. As we take a look here on the backstretch.
Yeah, as you can see, the 5's in front right now, and what ends up happening is the 10 stalk and the 5 is going to put that horse away, and you're thinking, okay, here comes the 4, here comes everybody else, but the 8's in dead last, and right about here he pushes the button, and you know that everybody else is in trouble because the 10 is not putting the 5 away quick enough and putting any space. As you can see, the 8, his strides are a lot bigger, and he's going by everybody.
And you can see the difference when you look at the last race, right? You're the Kitten was running that very firm course down at Belmont, paceless race at Congruity 1. Today was a completely different dynamic. He had a very contested pace and it's a firm course, but a very fair firm course.
So 8, 10, 3, 2.
How about the 3 from a tiny bit off the pace?
Yeah, that was...
He came from off the
late
pace
interest.
of it, yeah.
Well, he was probably right, Joe Bravo, right? They were moving up front. He was better off where he was.
So Mike Maker breaks through.
Yeah.
With a horse coming from Belmont.
0 for 19, now 1 for 20. That's why some of those stats sometimes you just got to take with a grain of salt. And You're the Kitten got the job done and got bet late.
So 4-1 start. That's probably going to play, I'll think, a little bit bigger than that. In this Naira Bats late pick 5, this winner, of course, for the Ramseys and what they call backyard heaven, overlooking the Oklahoma training track. Right down the street here, about a 5-minute walk from Saratoga Racecourse.
I was in a friend of mine's backyard who lives on the Oklahoma as well, and we saw Ken Ramsey drive by in his car in the Oklahoma, like one Saturday night around 8:30. And just loves it back there.
That's why this town's tremendous. No matter where you go, bump into people who are prominent in this game, the sport, and when you see them, they usually want to talk horse racing. Yoshida shows up in the Woodward, does more than that, wins it. And now in the conversation for the Breeders' Cup Classic. We'll recap Saturday's Woodward right after this.
This successful son of AP Indy has sired 6 millionaires, including Eclipse champion West Coast, a multiple Grade 1 winner and runner-up in the $16 million Pegasus World Cup. This year, Flatter is adding even more stakes winners to his outstanding record at stud. In the auction ring, Flatter topped the 2018 Fasig-Tipton July sale with a $520,000 yearling. Success on the track, success in the ring. Flatter standing at Claiborne Farm.